Slavery in America was a harsh reality of the use of inhumane practices to fuel the Southern economy. The Middle Passage was the route that brought Africans to America for work as free laborers. 1/4 of those transported from Africa died during the journey on the ships. Those that died were thrown overboard to help minimize the outbreak of disease, which is why sharks and other predatory fish would follow those slave ships across the Atlantic Ocean. Over 15 million people are believed to have been kidnapped and sold into slavery in the Americas. Once the Africans arrived in America, they were branded twice, once by the ship owner and then again by their new master once they were purchased. During the auctioning process, prospective buyers would get to inspect slaves for general good health. If these buyers saw signs of beatings, they believed the slave was either a lazy worker or one that tended to run away. The auction block is known for its ability to separate spouses, parents from children, siblings, grandparents, and other relatives by dispersing them, most likely forever. Slaves worked an average of 18 hours per day, 5 days a week, with only Sunday as their day of rest and worship. Slaves were either assigned to work in the house tending to the owner's everyday needs and comforts, or in the fields doing agricultural work in cash crops such as sugarcane, tobacco, or cotton. These raw materials such as cotton would be sent to Britain to make products like textiles. 1/3 of slaves died within 2 years of being put to work in the fields due to the long working hours and the lack of adequate living conditions. Eventually, the Emancipation Proclamation was signed by Abraham Lincoln in 1863, which freed the slaves in the South. But it wasn't until the 13th Amendment was passed that slavery was outlawed across the entire United States of America. Learning about the past is not something that we should run away from, but it is something we should strive to learn from so that we can do better in the future. Black history should not be limited to February, because Black history is American history. So share the concept. I'm Chandra Kydd of Kydd Concepts. See you next time.